Wait, what? Destiny 2 servers are not available. Dismiss this page and try again for more information. God. It's Wednesday, not Thursday, so I'm not sure exactly what the fuck was happening. That might have been part of the reason why um, I had such a shit experience in Dares to Eternity earlier this morning when I wanted to play around 8 o'clock when I first had the opportunity to get on. But anyway, so that's fine. We'll just go ahead and leave it here on the screen. Try it again one more time. Sorry if the audio is a bit loud. I don't like competing with title screen music. There we go. So anyway, yeah, I like the video stream title is saying "Know Yourself." Hey, here we go. So, session you were in no longer is, yeah, because I left it because it was crap. It was not Dare Sweet Attorney, but it was Catch Crash. Wow. Um, a lot of what I've talked about over the last couple years has been more about what to get out of games, what a game's supposed to provide for you, and what you can expect from them. And I find that a lot of people in games are frustrated in the game because the game's not providing what they want, and because they don't know what they want. They don't go into the game knowing exactly what it is they're trying to get out of it. All they know is it's like listening to an infant cry. It doesn't know what it really wants. All it knows is that it wants, and has no way to articulate that want, so it just cries. That's why people, raise a fist and a voice and get all hostile and angry at the drop of a hat of any indiscretion or trigger, because they want something. They want something different than what they have. They don't know what it is, and they don't know what they want to change. They just know that something has to change, something has to be moved around or improved or taken away or something like that, and they have no idea what it is. It's why modern therapy professionals, modern psychological and guys, they make so much fucking money because they are. Thank you, Era. Oh, I think I know who that person is. Um, they make so much money, trying to help you figure out what the fuck it is you're doing, and that's why I play games because um, this is where I rubber duck. This is where I knock around ideas and I think about what is it in my world that I want to change. And over the last year, in Destiny specifically, I've realized that there's I've got enough in this game. This game provides me with what I want. And it's not that I want more or I want different or I want better. I want to be able to enjoy it better. Let's take an analogy, my favorite analogy, of the hamburger. I am perfectly content with a $6 deal from Burger King, which has a rodeo burger and some chicken bits or whatever that goes with it. But anyway, the rodeo burger. Okay, I don't want my rodeo burger beef to be the premium quality, maximum value beef out there. I don't know what it's called, but it's like this super fancy range fed beef. Now, free range is different than range fed. Range fed means they're out there eating grass. Free range means that they're allowed to get out of their kettle for a few hours a day and roam around in the yard, like most prison gen pops allow you to. So range-fed beef, that kind of fancy stuff. I can't remember what the name of it is, but somebody might know what it is. I don't want that. I don't need premium organic condiments. My tomatoes don't need to be lovingly serenaded all throughout their growth period and all that kind of stuff. It's just kind of nuts to do that. I don't need my bun to be this artisan pretzel bun or anything like that. Like I said, and I don't need two burgers. I just want the one, rodeo burger with the onion ring, the beef, the cheese, the lettuce, the tomato, and the onion. But I want to enjoy it better. I don't want to have to eat it in my car. I don't want to eat it in a restaurant filled with a bunch of rowdy people or, the usual individual who has absolutely no care for their own hygiene, let alone the consideration of anybody else around them. I don't want to eat it on a curb. I don't want to eat it at a bus stop. I want to eat it in a space that is enjoyable, that is comforting. I want that to be a moment that maybe a day or two later I can reflect on and say, that was a good fucking burger. That's what I want. I don't need a lot of hamburgers, and I don't need gourmet quality burgers. I want fresh, warm burger. I want a fresh, warm, tasty burger that I can enjoy in an environment that is conducive to enjoying food. That's it. And what that boils down to is one word: value. I want to do things that have value to me. I don't need a big fancy mansion. What the fuck am I going to do with all those extra rooms? Seriously. I don't need a big fancy car. What the fuck am I going to do with all that horsepower? I mean, most of my driving experience is, in speed ranges of about 35 to 45 miles an hour. If I get on the freeway, you ain't going faster than 50 at any time in the day because the freeway is always a fucking parking lot. And that's 50 in the fast lane, by the way, sweethearts. Unless you're driving out of town, then yeah, you can open it up and maybe get to about 75, 80 before somebody fucking flags you over for speeding. So yeah, I don't need a lot of cars. I don't need. We have two cars in our family, but that's because one is for our day to day, and the other one is for when we do events, and that's perfectly fine. Right now, I'm looking at my I call it the Tower of Power. Other hobbyists would call it a pile of shame, and basically what it is it is a one, two, three, four shelf Costco plastic shelf that you would throw in your garage, that is stocked with raw materials for crafting. And I've got bits boxes for kit bashing. I've got bins filled with, I don't want to say bins because across the pond that means garbage tubs, which, I mean, honestly, really. I've got tubs filled with pencils, pens, paints, glues, tapes, mixing cups, um, just all kinds of stuff here. And I've spent the last 3, 4 months just chopping through all that. Like, what am I really going to make out of this? What am I going to get the most value out of from all of this? And just the rest of it is either handed off to people I know who could do better with it, or it's just, you know, gotten rid of in whatever which way I can possibly manage. Sometimes I'll just grab a tub, dump it out, throw something together, and then paint it up really nice, and then send it off to a consignment case, or have it go to a random event. And I mean, you know, just to get it done, just to get it out there. That's the thing is that when you go to games, back to the topic at hand here, when you're trying to get value out of what your experience is, really understand what it is you want to do in your experience. What is it you're trying to do in the game? What is the win condition for you in this game? Not for your character. Not for your character, because your character's win condition is all dependent upon your win condition, what you plan on doing. So, for me, I'm building my character. I like build crafting. I like building theories. I like taking things like the different class abilities and stuff. By the way, Arc 3.0 sucks in my hands. I can't stand it. I'm totally about the fire. Stasis was fun while it lasted and it was meta, but I mean, compared to 3.0, I do much better work with that. That's the other thing too. Know what your skill sets are. Know what your limits are. Know basically yourself. More importantly than anything else, it is critical to understand what you're capable of doing, what you can get done. And if you can't do the thing you want to do, and learning how to do it has just been, that uphill road run. Um, then do the best you can while you're doing it. If you're playing in a cooperative event, like if I'm going to be doing Catch Crash here in a few seconds, I'm pretty good in an arena style fight. I know where to apply pressure to the enemy to get them to do things. And the cool thing is about Destiny is that it knows how to react to the players. Its NPCs react to you. Yes, they may spawn from fixed points on the map, but you can push them into kill boxes. You can maneuver and manipulate the bosses from time to time to get them to do things. Perfect example of that was Gen 1 Atheon fight. Three warlocks with solar grenades could literally push Atheon off his platform, and without even getting teleported to the past or the present, which people used to call Mars and Venus. So it was ridiculous. Um, you could win the fight. And Bungie was like, oh shit, our clever ass little group of players figured something out, and then they changed it. And that's the dynamic between developer, designer, and player or consumer. And we are consumers. You have to understand that too. Whether you get paid to play this game in whatever capacity that is or not, I don't get paid to play this game. So my threshold for how I want to engage in here is going to be slightly tilted differently. If I was being paid to play Destiny, whether I was coaching players or doing carries or just getting revenue off of a stream or whatever, I would push myself a bit harder to do better in the game, just so that I have more skills, I provide more value to the community, which who is basically paying an income to me. But I'm not. I don't seek revenue off of these. If there's an ad in this video, that's not my doing. It's just YouTube saying, "Oh, this guy ran over 7 minutes. Slap an ad." There might have been an ad in the front of this video, most likely for some political campaign that I absolutely have, no association with. Just want to declare that really quickly, make that understand. Ooh, that was a pretty intro. Nice prismatic little intro. That's kind of cool. I'm almost tempted to go searching through that, but that would be rather inconsiderate of me. So, yeah, I guess the short version is take some time next time you feel frustrated or tilted about what's happening to your character and to your playing experience in the game. You might just be a completely, ham-fisted thumb fucker with it. And you just gotta be okay with that. Like with me and Warlocks, as I bring up almost all the time. I completely failed. Put me on a Warlock and build me a Warlock that will take any other player to the lighthouse, and I will go 7 losses in a row with him. And that's just me, because I do not understand, nor do I have the patience to understand Warlocks. That's the other thing, too. Know your limits. What are you going to invest in? Why would I want to invest in knowing a Warlock if I have no interest to go to the lighthouse? Or if I have no interest in soloing, legendary lost sectors? Why would I want to do that? It's the same question I ask every time somebody talks to me about, hey, let's do the raid. This is why would I want to do the raid? What's in the raid that I don't already have? What's in the raid that would actually benefit what I do on a regular basis? I play the seasonal arenas. That's what I do. I farm the gunsmith bounties. I do the repeatable bounties for Bright Dust, so I can buy pretty little emotes and stuff like that. Is the raid going to help me do that any faster? Probably not. I'm going to spend just as much time in the raid as I would all afternoon and get 4 to 5 different activities done in that afternoon, as opposed to the one activity, which is the raid, with maybe 3 to 4 weapon drops. And those drops might not even be the best, because I've experienced raid drops, and they are so fickle. Anyway, that's about all I'm really going to be sharing right now. Just a quick reminder out there, guys, don't beat your heads into walls that you made yourself. You need to take those things down. You need to understand who you are, what it is you really want out of the game. Are you coming here just to blow off some steam? Are you coming here just to kind of tickle your brain a little bit, get some monkey brain activity going on or whatever? Maybe you're here to just kind of role play out the afternoon because there was bullshit in the earlier part of the day. You just want to get past it. Games should be about decompressing, but you shouldn't be taking that anger and frustration out on other people. That's just not itself, I can tell you right now, is never going to be a healthy choice. Never going to be a healthy choice. It's one thing to be a boxer for sport and competition. It's another thing to get in that ring and clobber the shit out of your opponent because you just want to beat the fuck out of somebody. Yeah, there's help out there for that. Trust me. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for stopping by. I'm going to finish up this activity and then go do some painting.